Samsung Unpacked 2021, y'all. Let's get into it, because Samsung today, either the event is going on now as you're watching this, or you're watching this after the event. But either way, whenever you're consuming this, today, Samsung released a couple of new products. They announced 2 new watches, the Galaxy Watch 4 and Galaxy Watch Classic. They also released the second version of the Galaxy Buds, known as Galaxy Buds 2. But what I'm most excited about that they announced today is the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and the Galaxy Fold 3. I don't know which one between the two I like more. Today, in this video, what I want to do is talk to you about the features on these 2 phones that I like the most, as well as what's new with the Z Flip 3 and the Z Fold 3. All right, so I think I've made my decision. The device that I am most excited for between these 2 is the Fold 3. So that's the one we're gonna talk about first. Let's just take a moment, y'all, of silence to marvel at its beauty. The design for me, like personally, I've only had like brief in-hand moments with the Fold device, but I'm gonna get this one. So if you want to know my thoughts of it, you can feel free to hit the subscribe button and that like button if you feel inclined to. The notification bell will definitely help as well, just saying. First things first, the Fold 3 is now lighter and thinner while still maintaining the same screen size as the previous gen with a few upgrades. It's that foldable design that really sets this device apart for me. I know I like the idea of having a phone like this that's bigger than the average, but still not as big as a tablet, but can be folded up when you need something smaller. You know, like the love child between the 2. To me, the Fold 3 is like a more refined approach to the Fold 2. So something new here is the protective film that is now 80% more durable and smoother to the touch. The cover screen and rear glass are also stronger, as it's made of Gorilla Glass Victus, which is 50% more durable than the previous models. Real quick shout out, big thank you to Board at Work. He definitely came through with this hands-on footage here that you're seeing, and he also makes great tech videos. So I'm gonna link his info down below so you can check him out as well. But in just looking at the design, the metal frame and the hinge is made of armor aluminum, making it 10% more durable than the previous generations. And that hinge, it really helps in making the device have a, you know, more sleek and thinner look. So to know that a phone like this is just a little bit more pocketable than the last, I'll take it. Now, color-wise, it's offered in 3 different variations: Phantom Green, Phantom Black, which is the hero color, and Phantom Silver. And that display, it's an AMOLED screen that is the same size as the previous generation, which is 7.6 inches. The difference here, though, is that it now has a 120 Hz refresh rate that's on the cover display and on the inner foldable display. It's a difference, you know what I mean? It's nice. It makes the phone feel more snappy. Now, some of the features we can expect on this. One of the biggest new changes is the ability for the Fold 3 to now work with the S Pen. I am so here for that, y'all. Like, with a phone this size, it's only natural to kind of want to be able to use a stylus with it, right? Because it kind of reminds you of a tablet, but it's still a phone. So I'm glad to see that Samsung took this approach here, which does also bring me to a quick sidebar, because with this change, we have 2 new S Pens to choose from. So we have the S Pen Fold Edition and the S Pen Pro. The nice thing is that both of these pens have an auto retractable tip. So, you know, if you're kind of heavy-handed, it lessens the likelihood that you might break something as you're writing. But the difference between these 2 pens is that the S Fold Edition is exclusive to the Fold 3 and it's not backwards compatible. You have air commands, so you can still, you know, take like screen captures or notes and annotate and things like that. But it lacks power, so therefore it lacks Bluetooth capabilities. Whereas the S Pen Pro is backwards compatible, and it has a switch along the side to accommodate switching between devices with the USB socket on the end for charging. It also has an LED indicator with air command and air actions, and it'll work with S Pen supporting devices. It also has a thicker and more traditional design, so between the 2, this probably seems like the option that's going to be more pleasant to write with. All right, so before we go any further, we got to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is something that I know I have personally recommended to a lot of my friends and family who were interested in learning like a specific topic, because for those of you that aren't familiar with them, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes that are geared towards creatives. And I'm a personal fan of the courses in which they offer, and I'm actually in one right now. I'm attending a course, and it's one by Halise. I didn't even know that she had a course on Skillshare. I found it easy to follow. I was able to digest the information. Like, I didn't feel like a brain overload, but I really like the layout of, you know, the class in which you're attending. Like, I can get reviews on courses to learn more about them, I can join discussions, get the course transcript, save it for later, or even add it to my calendar so that I can set a time and a date to actually learn the material. And the other thing worth noting is that everything here is curated for learning. So distractions like ads are removed, thank God. And the other thing that I really liked is that the courses are geared in a way regardless of your skill level. You should be able to take something away from it. But when you join, we're gonna go ahead and speak that into existence, because yes, it is worth it. You will have access to one of Skillshare's life classes and be able to connect with popular teachers while also working alongside with other members, which is definitely a unique thing here, because Skillshare then isn't just giving you access to information, but also to a community, as you can connect with fellow creatives, which is especially key with so many things now moving over to a virtual environment. But if you're interested, I'm gonna have a link down below for you so that the first 1,000 people to use it will get 1 month free of Skillshare. But let's get back to it. But another feature on the Fold 3 that was, something that I was happy to see is that it now has IPX8 water resistance, which is the first time ever this has been offered on Samsung's foldable phones. The Fold 3 also has, an expandable foldable ecosystem that's gonna help provide a more immersive or extensive experience of apps like Spotify and YouTube. And there are currently over 50 optimized apps. In the event that the app you're using isn't optimized, you can instead now use Samsung's new Lapse feature. So this basically kind of lets you tailor the size of the window of the individual app, so you can get a more, desired look, layout type thing. And with this big, beautiful display, you can now drag and drop from one side to the other, which is super clutch for multitasking. And on top of that, you can now pin the edge panel, much like you would a Windows taskbar. Did you notice the display? Or the lack of something seen on the display? Yeah, this one has an under display front camera. It's here, y'all. The future is now. This fascinated me. Like, I can just imagine the media consumption experience. Cause it's like our eyes get trained to the little peephole, to the point that we don't see it, but then we randomly do see it on that one-off thing that we're looking at. But that's not gonna be the case here. You literally can barely see the camera under the display, but it's there. When you look on the rear side of the device, you have 3 cameras back there, each of them being 12 megapixels with an ultra wide, wide, and telephoto lens. I know the Samsung camera app is already, in my eyes, robust. Like, you can do a lot. So to now have a screen this size to kind of take that experience even further. So for example, there's an auto framing icon in there that seems to be able to recognize up to 4 people and frame things for you. You can also take advantage of the, dual display or display being split here by having a dual preview of your random photo shoots that you have with your friends so that they can see what you're taking a picture of as you're capturing it. So this is gonna help you reduce taking like 50 shots and having your friends swipe through all of them and not liking any of them. I'm that friend. That friend is me. I'm speaking from personal experience here, y'all. Now I'll be able to see if somebody's capturing my photo. Are you getting the angle that I want? Like, we can be on one accord so we can save some time. But in the event you do have to delete a bunch of pics, you can do so using Capture View, which is going to utilize the inner displays so that you can see your image preview and trash, share, or review the photos as you capture them. Now, running things inside of here is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G mobile platform, which makes this a really great device not only for work on the go, but also for gaming and streaming as well. I can just see so many scenarios with this. The battery in this one is 4,400 milliamps, which is a little less than the Fold 2, which was 4,500 milliamps. But before we cast judgment, we'll see what this looks like with real world usage. Now, pricing. It starts off at a new low price of $17.99. I know I say low like it's cheap, but no, like low like a newer entry level price than it has been in the past. You have 2 storage options to choose from, the 256 gigabyte model or the 512 gigabyte model. Now, pre-orders begin on August 11th and it goes on sale on August 27th. But my takeaways of this, I think this is a really great phone for like my productivity, multitasking, powerhouse users. Hello, welcome, you are in a safe space. This phone is for us. Because it's a great productivity workhorse that's versatile enough to offer you a premium entertainment experience and work experience on the go. What I'm seeing here, a fairly decent gaming experience as well. To me, it seems as though if you like the Note lineup, you'll love this one. Just a quick heads up, if you pre-order a Fold 3, you can get a $200 Samsung credit redeemable on Samsung.com. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, it'll be linked down below. the Flip 3. So off gate here, we have a larger cover screen, which gives us more functionality than the last Flip, but it still maintains the same popular form factor with new color options. So you can choose from cream, black, green, or lavender, which are the standard colors. But if you want to get something a little bit more exclusive, then you can head over to Samsung.com and choose from white, pink, or gray, which are only offered there. Now the cases for the Flip 3 definitely adds a very joyful, jolly, playful type of vibe to it, which I'm not against. You got a key ring for your finger for your phone, or a built-in hand strap to better hold your phone. Like, I'm here for the accessories. I like them. They're different, they're innovative, and we all love to be able to kind of customize things like this as much as possible. So, but design-wise though, the Flip 3 is more like half of the Fold 3. And I say that largely because it has a 6.7-inch display just like the Fold 3. But the cover screen is 4 times larger than the Z Flip 5G. But the entire phone is a little bit smaller width and height wise, and it's also a little bit thinner. But the cool thing now about having this larger cover screen is that you can now check your notifications without having to open your phone, because it can read up to 4 lines on screen, and you have the option to scroll down to see more. So you can quickly access not only just your notifications, but things like your settings, Samsung Pay, and other widgets like your weather, or you can monitor your step count, all from the cover of your phone, which is something that was definitely missing on the Z Flip, because you know you had the little smaller display here, which you couldn't do much with. But in having that larger screen, you can now do other things as well, like customize it so that it matches with your Galaxy Watch 4 or Watch 4 Classic watch face. The Flip 3 also has new speakers, Dolby Atmos, and just like the Fold 3, it has the 120 Hz refresh rate on the display. Now, exterior wise, it does have an armor aluminum frame, which looks like it adds a nice touch to that already premium look here, especially the cream variant. It just, I don't know, it kind of whispers luxury. Now internally here, you have 8 gigs of RAM and a 3300 milliamp battery, which, you know, should be fairly decent to get you through the day. And just like the Fold 3, this also has an IPX8 water resistance. But something that I like here is the new Flex Mode panel. So this view is going to activate when the Flip is partially folded. You can basically have an app at the top with its controls at the bottom so that you can adjust things like the volume and the brightness. And if you're worried about durability here, it is 30% stronger than the original Flip. But I'm happy to say that we now have portrait mode on the Flip 3, which is a welcomed addition. And when we take a look along the back, there's a 12 megapixel wide and ultra wide rear camera and a 10 megapixel front camera. This larger cover screen also comes in hand with taking photos, especially considering that now you can record photos or videos from this view without ever opening your phone. So on the cover, you can swipe left or right to choose between photo or video, or you can swipe up or down to switch between your lenses, wide and ultra wide. And to take a photo, you just tap the cover screen. If you're interested in this one, pricing starts at $999, which is also a new lower entry level than what they have typically offered for this device. And you also have 2 storage options to choose from, 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes. However, the credit for this one is $150 if you pre-order it. Yeah, like I said, they announced other things, but these 2 right here, these 2 hit different for me, especially considering now that work routines have changed forever. So it's super vital to have technology in place that offers variety and flexibility. And I feel like both of these devices, especially the Fold 3, is going to be really appealing to small businesses or business owners in general. Both of them definitely have that wow factor. Like, these are conversation starters to me. They're not your average phone that you see in hand. Still definitely one of those phones that's worth seeing in more hands. Because I mean, imagine using something like the Fold 3 to handle like your Microsoft Word document. You can literally have a different document on each screen and drag and drop between them. So for me, I see like the scenarios where I'm reviewing revised contracts. I can have the original version on the left, the new on the right. I can use the S Pen to sign contracts on the go. Like moments where you might normally take your tablet and your phone, you can just take this. Especially for any of you out there that might be in need of a tablet and a phone, this might be something to look at because it's pretty much the hybrid. But I feel like I'm gonna ramble if I keep talking. I'm so looking forward to getting this device in-house, y'all. Like, it's an experience that I've been waiting to have, so I'm super pumped. I hope you all are as well. But I'm gonna throw on the screen right now some other videos you can check out and let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the new Z Flip and Fold 3? Which one are you eyeing more? I'm really curious what the majority of you are looking at. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. You know how we do, as always. Thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.